Hello, I'm Carl Harvey and welcome to this brand new masterclass. I'm super excited because today you're going to discover how you can get an hour of Zen-like meditation, experience all of the scientifically proven benefits of meditation, boost your creativity, manifest at a higher level and let go of so much anxiety and stress, all in just 12 minutes a day. We're going to be talking in depth about how you can meditate faster, with less stress, with less effort, and crucially, the knock-on benefits that creates for you, both for yourself, your emotional state, and your ability to create the kind of life that you want. And get this, you're even going to experience the scientifically proven, absolutely transformational Zen12 meditation MP3, absolutely free, here today. So make sure you've got some headphones for best results. We're going to be doing that soon. And it's all thanks to my very, very special guest today. He's a dear friend of mine, a great mentor. He's got 2 best-selling books, a couple of multi-million-dollar companies, a little bit of a property empire, and he's genuinely one of the most aligned, loving, open, heart-centered people I've ever had the pleasure of knowing and working with. You're going to learn a lot from him. He's the creator of incredible personal growth tools like Zen12 that you'll experience today, Brain Evolution System, Hypnosis Live, and so much more. He is the one and only Mr. Karl Moore. Carl, welcome to the show, my man. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you very much for having me. An amazing introduction. I'm going to have to try hard to live up to that intro, I've got to say.
You'll be all right. Let's just do the dab. That'll get you started. Come on, we got a little... Yeah. There you go, you're there. Well, I'm very excited. Let's start right at the beginning with meditation, my man. Why should we be meditating? And ideally, why should we be meditating every day? What are some of the benefits? How does our life change when we start to do that?
Well, I absolutely agree with you. It's a brilliant question to ask. Why the heck should we be meditating? Everyone talks about, you know what, you should meditate more, But for those that have tried it, it can be a struggle. I mean, it really can. But science tells us to continue. 3,000 studies, I think 200 universities and establishments across the world that have proven how valuable meditation is to your life. You know, the moment that you begin meditating, you'll find that all these awesome benefits come about. You let go of stress, worry, anxiety. You improve your focus. You get into that state of flow, like that time when you're, the best version of yourself, where everything just falls together perfectly. You find there are a whole bundle of health benefits as well. You find that your stress levels release. Meditation is like a secret tool. It's probably the oldest self-development tool around. It's a secret productivity tool. It can help you enhance your brain power. It can help improve your relationships. It gives you greater mental control. Basically, meditation rocks. You're really missing out. You're missing out on getting a vital bit, a sort of secret key to that big life, really, to unlocking a lot of what your mind can offer you, and it can ultimately change your life as a result. So meditation has so many benefits.
True that. We're going to talk about some of the challenges that people face when they start to meditate. But before that, how did you start to get into meditation? What's your story? Because obviously we're both English, and it's maybe recently in England it's become more of a thing that people do, but certainly even a few years ago it was seen almost as a very hippie, don't have time to do that sort of thing. So how did you get into it and then start creating, tools and technologies to help people meditate?
Well, I am fascinated by science, and I'm fascinated by personal growth and personal improvement, probably because I'm the one that needs it the most. So I'm the one, in my early years, I will be the one to try everything. I mean, I've never told you some of the stories of things I got involved in, Carl, but I will be the one, running around fires naked in the woods in Middle England during sort of birthing rituals. I'll be the one practicing holotropic breath work to replicate the workings of LSD to try to unlock parts of your mind.
Nice.
I will try everything. Yeah, some stories have been in some crazy places because I wanted to uncover truly what worked, what brought transformation, what brought practical change into people's lives and into my life. And I had stumbled across meditation. Of course, people have been doing it for thousands of years. It's the oldest form of personal growth, and it didn't work for me. And and at that time, I started to take on more and more work. I was doing radio shows. I had opinion columns in a dozen papers. I was, as you say, running a couple of different businesses. I was producing software at the time. I had so many things going on. I really needed a way to kind of handle it better, to become more productive, to become that best version of myself, to be a better person. And so as I had very limited success in meditation, but then as I learned properly how to handle meditation, as I learned certain techniques which helped me to improve my experience with meditation, I got better and better at it, and my life just became much, much easier. I started to live more in the flow. I started to become more abundant. My whole mindset changed. I was so much more resilient to stresses, anxieties, and worries. It went straight over my head. It was like water on a duck's back. It didn't affect me, and my whole life, productivity, focus, it just all changed as a result. And so my discovery of meditation was really just that. It was trying everything to see what worked, and eventually I realized that that meditation, that old-fashioned thing that everyone talks about, that everyone says, what, you should be doing this, it was true. Meditation really does have a profound impact on your life when you do it well. And
when you do it well.
How to do.
Crucially, yeah.
When you feed it correctly.
Just to interject there, in addition to the live Zen12 demo you're getting today, I will insert a clip of Carl running around a fire naked doing the LSD breath work to make sure you get a real... That'll be the X-rayed version of the interview. Beautiful. I first got into meditation. I was very depressed, like proper bipolar. I was in a very dark space. Everything felt like it was too big for me. My problems were way bigger than my ability to deal with them, and I was pretty desperate, to be honest. Like I was getting to the point where I was waking up, completely the opposite of being lucky to be alive. Like it was a huge struggle. I felt overwhelmed on a constant basis, and I needed something. So I started reading and manifesting people telling me about meditation. And I was like, this has got to be it. The idea that you can quieten your mind, you can detach from that voice that's talking all day long, and you don't have to take it so seriously. So if the voice is saying, you're going to mess this up, or things are going badly, or you don't deserve this, you can learn to distance a bit. That for me was perfect. When I started learning about it, I need to get me some of this. However, I started trying to meditate, and if anything, it made it worse. I would spend hours there just wrestling with this voice in my head. I would just get more and more worked up and stressed. And I think this is an experience that a lot of people can relate to, that they hear about all the benefits of meditation. They see the more than 3,000 studies now that prove how good it is in terms of the benefits for body and mind, yet we try to slow down or quieten that voice in the head, and all that happens is it gets louder. Now, what were some of the challenges that you experienced when you started to meditate? Given that you've helped, hundreds of thousands of people around the world to meditate better, what are some of the more common challenges that people report when they embark on a meditation routine?
Well, excuse me, I would tell you that I think my first hour of meditation was probably the least relaxing hour of my life. And I'm sure that a lot of people can associate with that. You decide to yourself, right, you've read what meditation is about. It's about getting quiet and being with yourself, and so you try to get into a little bit of a lotus position, realize that doesn't work, try again. And then you decide, right, I'm going to be there with myself, and I'm just going to allow myself to settle down. And as you do that, things start to happen that you wouldn't have expected in the first place. Your mind starts to rush with ideas of, okay, I've got to send that email. Did I leave the cooker on? I've got to buy that tomorrow. I forgot to call that friend. Here's an idea. And then you start having all of those itches in the places that you didn't realize you could itch before. And the whole experience is ruined. I genuinely felt like I was just wasting my time. I was just sitting there while my body annoyed me.
Exactly.
And it really frustrated me that a lot of people talked about how awesome this was, and yet I wasn't experiencing it. And I think it really set me back, because I'd heard about those benefits, the creativity, the focus, that being in the zone, that letting go of stress, all that relaxation, and those longer term health benefits, which are phenomenal. And I wanted it, and I wanted it quicker than I was going to get it. And so those were my problems. Mainly for me, an overly busy mind and an overly itchy body.
Exactly.
How about you? What's up with you?
Man, similar, same thing. Definitely the overactive mind. The fact, the voices, if anything, seemed to get louder and more intense. So whereas I was reading these beautiful books and articles about meditation, this is probably 6 or 7 years ago now, so there's a lot more published now about how to get better results. But when I sat down to try and do it, it just felt a bit overwhelming and a bit helpless. And I'd started to convince myself that if I want to do this, I need to go up a mountain, live in a cave for 10 years and cut off all connection with the outside world. I mean, that used to be the old way, isn't it? You go and be a Zen monk, you learn, and you get hit with a stick all day long until you can quieten your mind. And frankly, that wasn't for me. I started thinking there must be a better way. There must be another way, and that led me in turn to first Brain Evolution System and then Zen12, two of your meditation technologies that we'll talk about a little bit later. What you're going to love about this, and you will experience it watching at home, is one of the key benefits is all you do is listen. Like literally all you do is listen. There is a scientifically proven technology that lowers your brainwave activity from the beta state, which is where we're at now, down to alpha and theta and delta, which means it puts you in a state of meditation, the exact same brainwave frequency that a Zen monk would be experiencing, or an expert meditator, but without any of the struggle, the stress, or the skill, frankly. So if you are inspired to go and sit in a cave for 20 years and be hit with a stick by an old Zen master, you can definitely do that, and it'd probably be awesome. However, if like me, you've got other things, you've got family, you've got businesses you want to start, you've got goals, you can squeeze it into just a few minutes a day, and we're going to talk more about that. Go on, have you got something to add to that, Carl?
I just want to agree with you, really, because I think that time issue is another factor that came into it. So when I first started, I had this mind issue going on in the itchy body, but it was also the fact that I was doing it for an hour. And so I think finding an hour in your day to be annoyed with yourself that's quite a stretch. And then, of course, people say, we have to keep with it. And I'm, like you, a very productive person. I want to keep things moving. I want to see results. I want to hack my life. I want to, become the best version of myself. I want to be more productive. So saying to me, okay, just try it for 6 months every day. You'll get better at it, wasn't really a solution. And that's an hour a day when you want to experience the kind of regular benefits. For the Zen monk-like benefits, many people meditate for 2 to 3 hours a day.
Yeah, true
and
that.
Over the course of a lifetime, that's 70,000 hours. And I don't have that to spare.
I mean, that cuts into your champagne time, right? You ain't got no time.
Champagne time. That's a lot of champagne time.
Let's go a little bit deeper into the brainwaves, because when I first started reading about it, this is what fascinated me, because it went from being almost pseudoscience, this nice idea that, there's obviously these powerful like Zen monks and like Taoist emperor type folks who have mastered the human mind and seem to be able to quieten their mind and focus and create all of this power. But it sounds a bit metaphysical, a bit trippy. The everyday person on the street, how do we begin to tap into that? Then I started reading about the brainwave science that says and actually demonstrates, and new neuroscience studies back this up, that our brains are constantly in different frequencies. So now it's likely you'll be in a beta state, which means that your mind is as alert as it can be, which is awesome for things like multitasking, and you're driving and thinking about what you're going to do tomorrow, and I've got this appointment and I've got to be here with Carl in the morning, so I need an early night. Very useful, but not very Zen, not very peaceful, right? And if anything, when we try and solve problems from this space, we can just make it worse and worse and worse. So the next stage down, if you like, is the alpha brainwaves, which you'll experience naturally whenever you have like a little snooze. When you're between being awake and being asleep, you're likely to be in alpha. Carl, what are some of the benefits of being consciously awake in the alpha state?
Well, when you are consciously awake in alpha state, you're basically doing and you're accessing what the Zen monks naturally access when they meditate over the course of many, many years. As your brain waves lower down into those deeper states, you begin to unlock all of those benefits of meditation. So that means that you naturally plug into that state of heightened focus while still remaining incredibly calm. You get into this sort of flow state where ideas and creativity just come to you. Sometimes you can do intentional meditation where you have an idea or a problem to solve, and you allow that meditative state to bring you a solution in some way. So all of the benefits of meditation come to you whilst you remain awake, yet your brainwaves dip down into that deeper sort of meditative state. So it's a phenomenal process with incredible results. And of course, when you've finished your maybe it's an hour's meditation, or maybe it's 15 minutes, whatever it is. When you finish that meditation and you've gone down to those states, as you come back around, the benefits, the immediate benefits of that meditation stays with you over the course of that day. And so that's why a lot of people start their day with a cool, awesome little meditation. It's how I start my day. I am
Me
not
too,
a morning
man.
person at all. Well, I know it's kind of early over there right now. It's late here, so I'm a bit more awake. But I am not a morning person. So I start my day by sitting up in bed and slipping on a little bit of an audio and having to meditate for about 12 minutes. We'll come on to that later, I guess. But for about 12 minutes or so, I meditate, and it just gets me into that zone, that sort of peak performance zone where I know that I'm ready to take on the world, where I have focus, and where I just feel like the best version of me. It really gets me into that mindset. So
True that.
It's incredible.
That's how I start my day as well, man. It completely changed my life. And for you watching at home now, or wherever you're watching, I truly invite you to give it a go, to experience what happens when you start your day like this. I was just reading Robin Sharma's book, Life Lessons from the Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. Excellent book. One of the key principles there is start your day well. This is something that's echoed by Jack Canfield, Brian Tracy, Bob Proctor, John Assaraf, Paul Shealy. Many of the greatest teachers that I've had the pleasure of working with say the same thing. How you start your day is effectively how you're going to live your life. And also when you wake up first thing, you have the ability to set intentions and for them to take hold throughout the day. Now the problem is most of us start the day panicking, I've got to do all this today, checking your email, Facebook, and before you know it, that first hour or half an hour, you're filled up with stuff and you never quite get out of that space, right? Conversely, just imagine that you could experience all of the benefits of meditation, not the struggle, not the stress, but actually feel that kind of Zen monks type energy. Imagine the impact on your work, your relationships, your creativity, and more. It will completely transform your life when you get into the habit of doing it. And we're going to show you how to make that really easy later. Carl, let me ask you. Go on.
Sorry, I was going to say, you've also got to remember that there's a reason that meditation has been around for so long. There's a reason it's the oldest form of personal growth and enlightenment ever. It's because it works. So the fact that these days, in particular, people have a problem with kind of just calming down, from disconnecting from the grid, from getting into that zone, it's sort of a modern problem. There's a reason it's been around for so long, and that's because it works. You've just got to learn how to do it better. We've got to learn how to hack at meditation, cheat at meditation.
We've got to hack meditation
in this 21st century.
Absolutely. And I think that it's tougher for us than it has been for almost any other generation of humans. Because think about it, meditation's been around for thousands of years. And I think the ego will always have been running a bit riot. But today we got connectivity all day, every day to everyone. We're bombarded with messages all day long. We got the Facebook, the Twitter. We're working longer than ever. The family type stuff going on. It's like the amount of people that write to me saying, I just feel overwhelmed. Like I feel like I'm out of control. And I can relate to that because I used to have that experience of life. Conversely now, where I feel in the flow and at peace the vast majority of the time. And if a problem or challenge comes into my life, I feel bigger than it. I don't feel that it's ever going to get the better of me. That comes straight from meditation. Carl, you're a very successful businessman as well. And the number one goal of my audience is to create financial abundance doing work that I love. It's like the shared goal that we're all working towards. What impact has daily meditation, the ability to enter these states, had on your ability to work, to make money, to do what you love for a living? Has it had an impact at all?
No, not really. It's genuinely, I was thinking about this the other day actually. I was trying to figure out what tools and techniques that I'd used that had really made the most difference. And without a shadow of a doubt, meditation came in as that number one technique. Because, you know me, I am about that productivity. The very best people that I meet are always the meditators. They're always the ones that are calm in those situations which kind of stress other people out. And I always wanted to get to that zone. And of course, I was getting with my work to a sort of a place where there was so much going on that it was getting hard to to cope with everything. I'd written in my 20s, I'm 37 now, in my 20s, I'd written very early on like a half dozen books. As I say, I had all the different columns, I had a radio show. This is all to do with technology, a totally different area of life. I was running these two different companies, two different publishing companies. I had an awful lot going on, and I needed a way to sort of handle it better. And as I started discovering meditation and discovered how to start meditating properly, everything just started to flow more. And so I was able to start writing entire books whilst still running two companies, in a month, part-time. I was knocking out like a book a month very, very easily. And in fact, I remember somebody saying to me around that time, how are you managing to juggle so many things? And to me, it didn't seem that I was juggling anything at all. I mean, right now, you mentioned I work in property as well, so I guess I'm running a few different companies, and there's an incredible amount that goes on there, and it doesn't touch me. I think when you get involved in meditation, you kind of put up it's almost like an invisible stress barrier.
Force field, so man, I see it.
Yeah, it's just like you're a bit superhero with it. So whatever gets fired at you, it just kind of bounces off, or it goes straight through, and it just doesn't affect you. And so for that reason, and if only that reason alone, if it were only for that reason, then meditation would be an awesome tool. But it brings with it all these other benefits as well, not just the resistance to stress, but also that heightened focus, that heightened productivity, that ability to control your brain more, the ability to connect easy with other people because you're just a bit more relaxed.
What about
those long-term health benefits too?
Beautifully put, my man. What about the creativity side? What I've found in relation to business and money is that if I'm running around trying to work harder and smarter and all of that, you can get a certain amount of improvement. But when I take my time just to have an intention to meditate, to do my 12 minutes, which you're going to experience soon, the ideas become obvious. The next step flashes in my mind, I can launch this product, or this is who I need to speak to next. And there's no effort required, for me anyway. It seems like when you meditate every day, you connect to this infinite intelligence, which is infinite by nature, an unlimited source of ideas and creativity. Deepak Chopra calls it the wellspring of creativity. It's like you're just constantly tapping into that. Have you experienced something like that as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that meditation is entirely based on science. You know me, I'm a science freak.
Science geek, you are.
Say again.
You're a little bit of a science geek. You are.
A science freak, yeah. A total science geek and a science freak, and I love it all. And so, but meditation does take you down to that place where you can not just appreciate the world more, but appreciate your brain, life, everything around you. I remember you saying, actually, when we first did one of these little chats years ago now, that actually the idea for the big life came to you from a meditation session. And that you also, at that exact same time, quoted Gandhi, and I love that quote that, I'm so busy today, I've got to meditate twice.
Indeed.
So it's one of my favorites, and that's why it really stuck with me that you mentioned it. Meditation gives you the tools to basically control your brain. So no matter what you want to do, if you want to improve your career, if you want to improve your relationships, if you want to be more productive, more focused, more successful, if you want to study better, if you want to just be more relaxed, or if you want to connect with people in an easier level, meditation will help. Basically, it doesn't guide you one way or the other, but it lubricates the path. No matter where you want to go with meditation, with your life, really, with your brain, with your career, whatever it is, it will help you get there faster. So don't give up on it, no matter what, please.
Now, Carl, both you and I are fans of the old manifesting. Whenever we get together, we talk about how to manifest and how to create more of the things in life that we want, the experiences, the results, but without that sense of kind of hard work and struggle and frustration. Can you just tell us a little bit now about your ideas or insights about how you can manifest the experiences, the results, the success, the abundance that you desire? What's your take on that?
Well, I'm very much a science guy, again. So I'm all about how to use your mind to achieve what you want in your life. And so it's more, for me, the idea of manifesting is more a state of mind. It's a form of psychology rather than some mystic thing that the universe is there, fulfilling your orders.
Nice.
And so part of that process, I believe, is first of all, getting that concept through a focus, so really getting clear on precisely what it is that you want in your life. And of course, meditation can really help with that. Visualization, which I know you love, is totally a key part of that form. And so it all starts, I think, with that idea of focus and really feeling it in inside. Boosting that emotion inside. Releasing, I think, is part of that process as well. So letting go of the attachments that you have and the aversions that you have to the goals that you want. And once more, meditation can be a huge
all of it
part of it. Yeah, and then actually deciding to say, yeah, I'm going to take steps to achieve my goal, whether that's I'm going to go out and make connections, I'm going to start writing that business plan, whatever it is. And once again, you probably guessed it, meditation can help with that. So meditation really just ticks all the boxes for manifesting. Whatever you want to achieve with manifesting, meditation can make it happen 10 times quicker.
Beautifully put. Couldn't agree more. It's funny because you're saying that whenever I want to manifest something new, first thing I do is get clear on my intention. I write it down, then I'll go into a meditation state and I'll release the intention. Deepak Chopra teaches we should go into the gap between thoughts. And that's where there's that stillness, that silence between the different thoughts that come up in your mind. Now, without practice and skill, this can be very hard, or without cheating using the technology we're about to give you. But I get in that state, I release the intention, I visualize it, and I effectively let it go. And then as Carl points out, almost inevitably, if you set an intention that's outside your comfort zone, there's going to be some releasing you need to do. There's going to be some fears or self-doubts or some blocks. Otherwise, you would have that already. Now, a lot of people struggle through this bit or get overwhelmed by the fears. My advice is just to keep meditating. Do it once a day. Breathe through it. They will naturally process. Like, you will naturally be able to get to a point in your mind where you can work a way through these fears and doubts. And when you create that space, the ideas, the next steps become revealed. They'll flash in your mind, either in your meditation or when you're in the shower or taking a walk. You get these hunches, these next steps. And then creating abundance, manifesting goals usually involves you interacting with other people, right? Maybe you want to sell your product or service, or you want to start a business, or you want to get a pay rise at work. When you meditate every day, you're in a higher energetic frequency. It's easier to influence other people in a loving way and to be someone that people want to be around with. That's one of the greatest things I learned from Carl early on when I first started my business, was that Carl, even though he was very, very successful in this industry, was always the most loving dude, always would do anything for you, would send like the nice emails and send little love notes. I remember when I first moved to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, which was scary as you like, especially coming from, I was living in Oz before, like on the beach. I got there and it's terrifying. It's like a proper developing country. It's loud, it's humid. And I arrived and Carl had sent me a hamper with English chocolates and biscuits and a bottle of wine, and you saved me. And at the time, I mean, I might have done a little bit of business with him, but a tiny bit. The gesture was disproportionate to what I'd done for him. And it just struck me as this guy's always giving more than he asked for, always. And that set you in good stead. And I suspect maybe meditating so frequently has enabled you to grow into someone like that who's just giving and giving. Because the more I meditate, the more I realise that giving's the whole game. Like, the more love you give, the more you share with people, the better you feel, and the more you manifest. Does that make sense?
I think it is. I think the more that you meditate, the more you realise and you kind of connect with that inner version of yourself, and you know what's important in life. And thank you for that story as well. That was lovely.
Thanks for sending me the hamper, mate.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I noticed the absence of tea as well in there, which sounds terrible. I guess the wine was the replacement. But anyway, so another thing that it does as well is it improves your mood.
Yeah.
All the studies have shown that meditation increases serotonin, which is the feel-good chemical. And of course, as your mood is increased, you naturally become that higher energy, nicer, warmer person that can connect with people more, and you manifest more in your life as a result. And so there are so many reasons people should be meditating. It just naturally opens up a world of abundance and awesomeness and love and all the cool big life things that people should be aiming for. Yeah, I'd encourage people absolutely to try it, even if they've had unusual results in the past. If it's been difficult, it's worth trying again.
Yeah. So get this. I mean, I think by now you'll be excited to give this a try. We've established the power of meditation in every area of life. Whether you just want to feel more in control, have better emotional balance, focus better, heightened creativity, become a better manifester, or just have that increase in your resting vibration where you're experiencing more love, positivity, good vibes, or so much more. But the problem is, as we've discussed, I mean, trying to shut that bloody voice up for a start. I don't want to spend 20, 30 years in a cave being hit with a Zen master with a stick. I don't have time, I'm busy. How do I get the absolute maximum benefit in the minimal amount of time? And, until very recently, you'd have to just grin and bear it and deal with it. But I'm very, very excited that the technology that you're about to experience, Zen12, literally gives you the benefits of an hour of deep Zen-like meditation in 12 minutes. In 12 minutes a day. Let's talk a little bit about this, and then we're going to give you this for free so you can experience it. So make sure you've got your headphones ready as well, because we'll start in just a second. Carl, what sort of technology is driving this? What's happening? And for everyone that's watching and listening now, how do they get the best possible results from this first little glimpse at Zen12?
Well, normally when someone decides to go about meditating, as I said before, they'll just try to get into that position and they'll be fighting with their brain to try to relax. I've got to relax. And those brainwave states, I've got to get down there and I'm going to try and get into that state where I'm productive and I'm in the flow. And of course it doesn't work and most people fail as a result. But there is a different way, and that's what you mentioned. And it's a technology called brainwave entrainment. Now, it's based on a science that's been around now for around 125 years, actually over 125 years worth of science. And over the years and over the decades, they've become better and better applications of this science. So let me tell you about how it works. It works by using special audio, which when you listen to this audio, it kind of resonates with your brain. Your brain sort of copies the frequencies in this audio. And what that means on a very high level is that by listening to very special sounds, special pulses which influence your brainwave patterns, your brainwaves automatically start to lower down into those deeper and deeper states of mind, which bring about all those awesome benefits of meditation. And therefore, because it's helping to gradually influence your brainwaves and take you down to that lower state, you don't have all of the problems that you would normally get when you're just sitting around and itching and get a busy mind. Yeah, and you're thinking it's coming back, and you start to think, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do the other. You think I'm wasting time. Usually, it might take you an hour or so of battling with yourself, even as a good meditator, to get down into those lower states. With this special audio, using these very special sounds and these tones inside the audio, it will naturally take you from this waking brainwave state down to those deeper and deeper states, and you'll enjoy a really awesome meditation as a result. So it's a special technology. It's called brainwave entrainment, and it helps you to cheat at meditation.
Beautifully explained, my man. What you're getting today for free is level 1 of Zen12. So Zen12 we'll talk about at the end, and we've got an amazing discount if you want to continue using it, and some special bonuses as well, which we'll talk about later. But there's 12 levels, and each level effectively takes you down deeper and deeper. Each level is stronger than the last. We're starting right at the beginning here. You are still going to experience an absolute beautiful meditation, instantly, effortlessly, without any struggle whatsoever. And if you just imagine, this is just the beginning level. So whatever experience you have here, and you will have an experience now, it adds and becomes more profound, deeper, more transformational with every level that you go to. So this is just the beginner's level to help you get your brain ready and receptive, and we don't want to overwhelm you too much all at once, because if you started with level 12 you might enter that trippy state instantly. Carl, before we get everyone to put their headphones on, where should they focus that conscious mind? Do you just let your mind wander? Do you focus on a goal you have? Do you just listen to the sounds, or all of the above, none of the above? Where would you recommend they put their attention?
Well, let me explain what they're going to hear. So first of all, when you put your headphones on, when we play this audio, you're going to start to hear some really cool Zen-like relaxation music. It'll be a little bit like you're in a spa, getting a nice massage, a mental massage, if you will. And so you put on the headphones, and it'll start to feel nice and relaxing. Now, if I were you, there are no rules surrounding Zen12. You can use it as often or as little as you like, but it's often easier just to focus on your breathing. That's often a really nice place just to place your attention and allow yourself simply to close your eyes and listen to the sounds as you relax and focus on that breathing. And what will start to happen is that you'll start to feel yourself gently relaxing more and more and more, and find that you'll go down into just that deeper place, that deeper state where things just feel comfortable and start to flow. And that's what you'll start to experience. The audio, as I say, will sound like Zen music. There are certain little beats in the background. They'll sound like little audible dots, and those sounds, and those are the sounds which are working the magic, which are basically influencing your brainwave frequencies and taking you down. It'll be a really awesome experience. And of course, even if you meditated before, even if you're an experienced meditator, what you'll find is that you naturally lower down to those deeper states much quicker than ever before. And afterward, the results are going to be profound. Like, you will experience yourself afterward feeling in that state of flow. You'll find that you've got feelings of relaxation running all over you. You let go of stress, anxiety, worries. You'll naturally feel focused, yet totally calm.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant feeling, and I'm looking forward to everyone experiencing it.
Me too. Time to put those headphones on. The only thing I'd add to that as well is that when you're in that deep, relaxing state, and your ego, your voice in your head might come back to you and say, "Whoa, I feel so relaxed now," like something like that. If you feel inspired to, when you're in that quiet, still place, feeling these good vibes, bring a goal to mind, an intention you have, a vision for your life, and just almost imagine yourself planting that vision, that intention in the fertile seed of this connection to infinite intelligence. Because when you're in this state, even though it's just a 12-minute MP3, you're getting the equivalent of 60 minutes of Zen level meditation. Effectively, you are at the deepest possible level of connection, and any intention you release there is going to manifest faster. You're going to notice synchronicities and so much more. So if you feel inspired, give that a try. Otherwise, just kick back, relax, enjoy, and have 12 minutes where you're going to come out of this feeling like you've done an hour in a massage or a spa, I promise you. So time to put the headphones on now. Needless to say, if you drive in a car, operating heavy machinery, flying a plane, for example, don't listen to this now. This is like an eyes shut experience. And enjoy. Put those headphones on. Carl and I will be back in 12 minutes, although you're going to feel like you've got an hour of just blissful quietness. Enjoy this Zen12 meditation, which is on us, and thanks to Carl for letting us share this. Headphones on now. We'll see you in 12. Enjoy.
Hello and welcome to level 1 of the Zen12 meditation program.
And welcome back. Welcome back. We'll give you a couple of moments to come to. I know you've just had quite the experience. Carl, talk a little bit now about the experience that everyone just went through, the kind of sensations they might be experiencing, and how to keep those good feelings, good vibes going for the rest of the day and beyond.
Yeah, and they really will. Once you've mastered this, you'll be able to get into that state for just as often as you'd like. So what just happened there was, as you listen to that audio, those special sounds, and you might have noticed those little da-da-da-da-da in the background, those special bits of audio will have gradually influenced your brainwaves and taken them down from your current beta state, down into alpha, down into those deep, relaxing states of mind, which typically you will have had to practice meditation for many, many months to start to even
just to get there,
touch the tip of that iceberg, just to begin relaxing to the degree that you did. Now, right now, you're probably feeling very calm, but probably quite focused. You'll be in this sort of flow state where things just seem to naturally piece together, and you'll experience that not just now, but over the coming hours and across the rest of the day. So it's a great little moment of meditation to treasure. You'll find that throughout the rest of the day your focus will be better. You'll find that you will become less prone to stresses, worry, anxiety, and you'll be more relaxed. And of course, you might have found, if you did do it in intention with this particular meditation, you might have found that certain solutions or ideas cropped up that will help you on your way. And this will only get better. And just remember, this was the very first part, the very first early session, which takes you just to a certain depth of meditation. The more you do it, the more, it's like building a muscle at the gym. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it, and the deeper you'll be able to go. The more mental control, the more mental acuity you will have as a result. And one other note to say is that if you experienced it and you thought, well, I had a little bit of a trouble relaxing with this because maybe you were listening to the little dots too much, try listening again. The first couple of times people listen, they can have just a sort of natural reluctance to it. The more you listen, the deeper you'll go, and the better results will come about as a result. And some people will have listened to that, and they'll have come out of it now thinking, that wasn't 12 minutes, that was at least 45 minutes. I've been totally on here, because meditation does that to you. It gives time a sort of elasticity. Some people think it will be 2 minutes long. Some people have thought that was a half an hour. It was just 12 minutes. And that's the awesomeness of meditation. It's sort of, it can play around with your sense of what's real. And it's all part of the magical experience of meditation.
Beautifully put. And remember, because of the potency of this technology, you've just experienced like a full hour of Zen meditation compressed into just that 12 minutes. So whether it felt like a long time for you, or if sometimes for me it feels like it goes in 2 or 3 minutes, like that can't possibly be it. But that's the benefits to your body, your mind, like your health, your immune system, your creativity, the flow, and so much more. That's compressed. And what I'd love you to do now is stop for a second and imagine that if you just invested 12 minutes a day to experience this feeling this good. And of course, as Carl's pointed to and as I'm pointing to, this is the very first experience of the first level. With Zen12, the full program, which we'll talk a little bit about now, you actually get 12 levels which stack up. And how frequently do you recommend someone goes to an additional level? How long should you listen to level 1 before you move on to level 2, level 3, and so on?
Well, specifically with Zen12, it's a meditation program created without rules. So a lot of the time when you begin meditating, they say, all right, now you've got to do this every day. You've got to do it for an hour. You can't skip a day. Maybe rest on Sunday, but Monday to Saturday you have to. And it's a meditation with that program without rules. Typically, people will start with level 1, and there are various different versions of level 1 depending on what kind of mood you're in. You'll start with level 1, and the next month you will move on to level 2, and the month after to level 3, and so on and so forth. You can listen as much or as little as you like, and the whole program lasts over the course of a year as you start to gradually get deeper and deeper and deeper and get some really awesome results. But they build on each other. The results compound, but typically people move from one level to the next each month.
Smashed your microphone there just to emphasize the point. Once a month. I interviewed Carl about a year ago about Zen12 as well, and we had, hundreds of people of my subscribers sign up to experience this, and I still get messages almost every day from people just raving about Zen12, and people who are on level 12 now, who have gone through, no rules, but over the course of a year, you'll get a sense of when level 1 isn't giving you quite as deep a meditation anymore. You'll know that it's time to move on to level 2, level 3, and so on. And I'm getting these messages from people who are now at level 12 who are saying their lives have completely been transformed, because when you get to that state, what's the experience in level 12, say, compared to level 1? Is it just a deeper experience of meditation? What's going on there when someone gets to that point?
Yeah, well, it is. And so initially when you're going down to that sort of, it's still a deep place, but of course lighter than, say, a level 12. So as you begin the process, you'll soon, for example, if you're an experienced meditator and you start on level 1, you might think, well, actually, I've been meditating for a few years. This seems, I can handle this. Maybe then I can move on to level 2 much easier. And as you progress through the system, you'll find that you're starting to go lower and deeper, much easier. So you'll begin the program, and you will, the moment the audio plays, you'll find yourself rapidly dipping straight down into that deep sense of mind, which means that you get a much longer meditation than other people. And as the program progresses, it gets slightly longer, by a minute or two. And so rather than just getting the hours of the meditation, which you do in the first few levels, you start to get a longer and a deeper experience of meditation. And that's where all of the even more awesome benefits of meditation come about. So right now, all the immediate benefits are things like improved focus, greater creativity, a reduction in stress and anxiety, increased relaxation, greater productivity. But then there are all these longer term benefits as well, such as greater mental control and an ability to truly handle all levels of stress, no matter how fast they're flying at you, no matter whether you've been meditating recently or not, the ability just to master your emotions more, and of course all these awesome health benefits, which I know we've not even touched on, but things such as just greater health. I think the one that stuck with me most is that when you do this form of meditation for 5 years, you lower your biological age by 12 years, which is just amazing. So the more you do this process, the results compound and compound and compound and deliver you some absolutely amazing results. So that's the difference.
I'll share a couple of the scientific health studies as well. Before that, I just want to add the transcendental benefits. The deeper you go into Zen12 and into this meditation, regardless of your spiritual beliefs, my belief is that you will start to experience more of this phenomena, this feeling of interconnectedness, this feeling of transcending the ego and the kind of human form, and as a natural result, experiencing more miracles and synchronicities in your life, experiencing more love and compassion for other people, and genuinely just expanding or increasing your vibration, the level of energy you have, more and more, so you start to experience the magic of life. Rather than seeing it as this giant struggle, you against the world, you really experience yourself as part of the infinite oneness, which is a beautiful, beautiful place to be. But let me share a couple of these. The Marie Curie Cancer Foundation research department did a scientific study, and they found that brainwave entrainment technology increased the production of serotonin. And we all know serotonin is the feel-good chemical. It makes, when we're in love, when we're happy, when we're inspired, serotonin's blasting. Or when we're in the gym, we get serotonin. So you can increase the amount of serotonin you experience every day simply by listening to this audio. This increases relaxation, eases pain if you have any kind of health issues or pain issues going on whatsoever. And this is the exact same chemical that after gym, after sex, when you're in love, when you do something awesome, you can create this on demand. Next one, Dr. Vincent G.M. Papa, who was the president of the American Board of Anti-Aging Medicine. So basically in America, setting up, how do you stop aging? How do you increase anti-aging? He found that this technology, quote, dramatically affects the production of 3 hormones that are directly related to longevity of life and overall well-being. They are cortisol, that's the stress hormone, that goes down, DHEA, and melatonin. Melatonin, you probably know, is when you sleep. So effectively you sleep better, and at night you're more chilled, more relaxed, less of that insomnia. And then cortisol is found in the adrenal glands, and it impacts negatively your learning and your memory, and too much of it can cause stress. And finally, I don't want to go too sciencey, but get this, DHEA is a hormone that is used as a source ingredient for virtually every hormone the body needs. It helps your immune system, it helps almost every area of your well-being, and this goes up dramatically when you listen to this technology. It's incredible. In short, this technology helps you boost your well-being, reduce feelings of anxiety, increases your focus. There's studies that show that it can increase your IQ, reduce addiction, boost creativity, and so much more. So it's very, very exciting for Carl and I. Before we started this, we were like, our intention today is to inspire you to give daily meditation a go. I hope by now you've experienced a sense of some of the benefits of meditation you'll get, and also that we've spoken to those challenges and those concerns that you might have. Like, I can't quieten my mind, I don't have time. When I've tried to meditate in the past, it's been a struggle. And by giving you a glimpse of level 1 of Zen12, hopefully by now you've experienced just that opportunity, that sense that this is possible for you to experience all of these beautiful benefits in 12 minutes a day. Like, that is, it's not a huge investment of time or energy given the benefits that you're going to experience. And hundreds of my subscribers tried Zen12 last year when we did this interview and have just reported the most amazing transformations in their well-being, their results they're able to manifest, how much they enjoy life, and more. So with all that said, we got a very, very, very special offer and discount for you today. With Zen12, you get the 12 levels as we talked about, and you can go through them at your own pace. You get everything with instant access. But what we haven't talked about yet is that for each level, there are 4 different audios you're getting. So you're actually getting 48 audios in all. Carl, what are the 4 different audios for each level, and why do you include them?
Well, so the big picture, I guess, is that Zen12 is that meditation program. It's that way to hack your meditation process. And each month you have different levels. So I say you start with level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, all the way up to level 12. And each level comes in what we call 4 different flavors. Because sometimes, I don't know about you, but when I've tried meditation programs before, sometimes I'm in a mood for a certain sort of meditation. Other times I'm in a mood for a different sort. So sometimes I like to relax to the sound of nature, maybe a babbling brook, or the sounds of birds in the background. Sometimes I want to be guided, so I want to be talked through the meditation. Sometimes I like the Zen music, as we just listened to right here, and sometimes I like the kind of the white noise. So if I'm staying in a city, if I'm down in London, say, and you have all the traffic outside, it's nice to put on white noise, which is kind of almost like a TV static sort of background sound. It helps to block out all the sounds around you, and it just feels quite nice and warm and comfortable. So those are 4 different flavors of audio. So you've got the sounds of nature, you've got the Zen music, you've got the white noise, and you've got the guided meditation. So each level comes in those flavors. So you can decide on the spur of the moment, hey, you know what, I'm going to listen to this. Each delivers exactly the same benefit, but it just provides you with a different audio experience. And most programs don't do that. They give you the one to listen to, and that's it. So this way we have 4 versions of each level. There are 12 levels, so of course that's 48 individual audios throughout the whole program. So that's one of the things that makes it just that little bit different.
Makes it very, very, very special. So get this, when you get Zen12 today, first of all, it comes with an entire year guarantee. So you get to test this out for a year before deciding whether or not it's working for you, whether or not it's right for you and something that you want to continue experiencing for the rest of your life. So you get a full 365 days. You get instant access to all 12 levels, and as Carl mentioned, you get 4 flavors for each. So you're getting 48 meditation MP3s today. You're also getting a quick start guide, and user manual, special bonuses, and some bonuses from me that I'll talk about. But get this, the usual price of Zen12 is just $187, because Carl's a boss and prices his products incredibly competitively. So if your investment today was $187 for 48 audios, I'd be jumping up and down encouraging you to enroll and to give it a try, especially with the year-long guarantee. However, Carl sometimes does a sale on Zen12 and takes $100 off, which means that it's only $87. But because me and Carl are boys and I've known him forever, we're going to go even better than that for you to make it so easy for you to try this. Because again, our intention is to get you meditating every day. The knock-on impacts and benefits will transform your life. So this isn't a commercial venture for us as much as it is to get you meditating. Because if you meditate, when you meditate 12 minutes a day using this technology, in a week, your life is different. In a month, the problems that used to get you down will just feel like something of the past. And in a year, like so many of my subscribers who are writing to me now, everything feels different. So that's why we're doing this for you, which means today, Carl's taken $150 off the price. It means you can get instant access to everything, all 12 levels, 48 MP3s, the special bonuses for only one payment of $37. Shocker, lowest price product we've ever shared on my trainings. There'll be a link below, click it, enter your details, and you can get started instantly for just $37. Dollars. That's getting up at 5 a.m.
37. That's the London side
That's
coming
it.
out.
That's it. But get this, I want to make it even easier for you to say yes and to try this. So I'm going to give you a very, very special bonus worth nearly $500, $497 to be exact. So here's the deal. A couple of years ago, I created a product called the Ultimate Creative Visualization Collection, and I used Carl's Zen12 technology as the basis for it. You're getting 23 done for you guided visualizations that are based on Zen12. They've got Zen12 in the background, and then I guide you to help you visualize your biggest goals, abundance, to overcome limiting beliefs. There's loads of NLP tools and technologies to help you effectively let go of anything that's holding you back, to really vividly visualize and imagine your dream intentions, to see yourself, for example, having the perfect day, the perfect week, overcoming challenges, selling more, attracting clients, and more. You get all 23 of these audios, plus there's a special 90-minute training on how to manifest money, and there's an intention setting training if you're not sure what you want. It's like 4 hours, a half-day workshop to help you get crystal clear on your intentions. This sells every day for $497, but because I just want to make it so easy for you to get meditating, and because I believe meditation and visualization go hand in hand, we're going to give this to you for free. So when you sign up today, enter your details, click the button below, you'll get instant access to Zen12, and then Carl will send us the list of everyone who gets this, and we'll hook you up with the Ultimate Creative Visualization Collection as well. So this means the total value of what you're getting today is $684. $684, and you can get everything with a year's guarantee, lifetime access, all of that goodness for just $37. Boom. Should we do a little dab for that? Boom. That means effectively you're getting 95% off the price if you were to buy both of these courses separately. 95% off. So clearly this isn't about a commercial thing for us. This is because we genuinely want you to meditate, to experience these benefits. So you're getting all 12 levels of Zen12, 48 MP3s, 23 guided visualizations, all the other bonuses, nearly $700 worth of really valuable, life-changing content and audios and technologies that you're going to love using every day for $37. And you get a whole year to try it out. So if a year, stop now and imagine you've invested today, you've got the Zen12, you listen to it, maybe it's every morning, maybe it's a few times a week, you've got the visualizations for when you want to set goals and experience that and manifest, and you go through all of that. A year from now, you look back and say, was that the best $37 I ever spent? And if the answer isn't a resounding, oh, thank goodness I did that, then just send us a note and Carl will refund you $37. And you know what, you can keep everything you've downloaded just to show love and to encourage you to try it again in the future. I really
Absolutely,
can't say enough about this. Anything to add to that, Carl?
Well, absolutely. And well, basically, you're 100% right. I think when you look back to the day that you decided to start meditating, you'll realize that that's the day that everything changed. When you realize how to meditate properly, you realize that's the thing that tipped your life in that right direction. And one other thing that I'll say is that as you look around and maybe look at other meditation programs that you can get access to, very often those kind of programs, they'll give you maybe the first level and it costs several $100s, and then the next level costs you a few more $100, and then you have to join a subscription program. With Zen12, there is nothing more to buy. Not only that, there's nothing more you can buy.
Yeah.
Like we literally, when you purchase, we're not going to message you in a year and say, okay, now you know what, we've got Zen13 coming out, or we've got level 13. No, everything that is Zen12 is with you immediately. So as you say, that's the user manual, the guide, the hours call with me. We've got like training calls for every single one of the levels, all the 48 MP3s, and your full course in with that. So it really is. You can't get any more. You're going to get absolutely everything for that one-time price of $37. So yeah, it's a cool deal.
It's a pretty cool deal. Thank you very much, man. And again, this is the lowest price program that we will offer all year. It's the lowest price program we've ever offered. But please don't let that insinuate that there's no value here or there's limited value. Again, this is 48 audios. You just experienced level 1, one version of level 1. You get all 12 levels. You get my guided visualizations. I mean, we've sold thousands of copies at $500 just for that. And it really is one of the most beautiful technologies, because the more you use this and play with it, it's what I call a keystone, in terms of it's one of those magic keys that when you're meditating in the morning, it has knock-on effects on your relationships, your happiness, your confidence, your ability to manifest money, to be creative, and so much more. All of the things we've been pointing to. But above all, when you take 12 minutes for yourself every day, like, you're just giving yourself that self-love and that experience of, I deserve this, and taking time out of whatever stresses and struggles you got going on, and you say, these 12 minutes, these are mine. And even if all you got was a nice feeling of being calmer, it would be worth your investment 1,000 times over. But as you'll discover, it really does impact every single area of your life. It allows you to become more powerful, more loving, to be in a higher vibration. And Carl really has, and his team have created this technology that squeezes an hour of being hit over the head Zen meditation into just 12 minutes. So it's perfect for people like us who are busy, who have got commitments, who've got other things going on. It's not just us that love this and the thousands and thousands of successful students. Dr. Joe Vitale, a good friend of mine and the show, and Carl's as well, says, less stress, more happiness immediately. This is an awesome audio meditation program. Bob Doyle, who also is in The Secret, says Zen12 is wonderful and a joy to listen to. The variety of sessions are terrific. I've got the whole program loaded onto my phone and I love listening throughout the day. If you're short on time, this is the program to get. Boom. And Natalie Ledwell, the lovely Natalie from My Movies, you may know, lovely lady. She says, people give up on meditation because the results are slow. Yeah, we talked about this. But with Zen12, the results are instant. You listen and you instantly zen out. It melts away stress like chocolate in a microwave. Woo! Go on, Natalie. I'm going to get some chocolate in a microwave.
That's a great phrase. And you know what? Those are the only benefits. If that instant relaxation was the only benefit, it'd still be worthwhile doing. But again, you've got all these cumulative benefits that grow and grow and grow and compound. And I'll tell you something else. I was at the gym this morning for the first time in quite a long time. I did one of the tests. Yeah, I know. Whoop. I did one of the tests. You know, when you stand on the thing, you grab the little handles, and it tells you, all these shocking facts about your body. One of which is your biological age. Yeah. I'm 37, and my biological age is 25. So I'm actually spot on in terms of the actual, in terms of the stats. So I'm 12 years younger on the inside, at least, than I am on the outside, and I credit that to meditation.
Benjamin
and the
Button.
Occasional.
Well, that's what I said to you when we first met. Mate, same for me as well. Like, I am definitely, I get more and more comments now about people guessing my age younger than I ever have before. And, I'd like to say it's good genetics. And I shout out to Mama because she does look quite young. But it is the meditation. Like, when you meditate every day, people feel it. Whether, super conscious people will feel it absolutely, and other people will sense it unconsciously. But you are in a higher vibration. You've got more and more of what Alan Watts called like the playfulness or the joy of life, just of being. Because think about it, every day for 12 minutes, you enter this space where everything is perfect, where you feel pure love and connectivity to everything. There's no dramas, there's no stresses, and any challenges in your life, the solutions start to become more and more obvious. And crucially, you don't take them as seriously. You're able to detach from the things that are happening, and so experience like this beautiful spiritual growth, all while increasing your creativity, the ability to hustle, your self-love, self-belief, and so much more. And that's why we're doing this ridiculous offer for you. Obviously, sharing $37 between us and our teams and everything else, that's not the reason why we're doing this. We're doing this to get you meditating, and we know that a month, 6 months, a year from now, you're going to do what hundreds of other people did last time when they signed up, is send us the love notes and say, oh my God, Zen12 changed my life. Thank you so much for this. Because you've got 12 minutes a day. And even if you only did it 2-3 times a week, 2 times, you've got 24 minutes to invest in experiencing what is 2 hours of meditation crammed into 24 minutes. And the more you play with it, the better results you're going to get. So I'm very, very excited that we get the opportunity to do this for you. I really hope by now you're inspired to give it a try. Remember, you get a whole year to decide whether or not it was worth your $37, and you're getting 48 MP3s, Zen12, 12 levels, and I'm giving you my 23 guided visualizations, $684 in total value, and you can get it with 95% off. So just one payment of $37. As Carl says, no payment plans, no subscriptions, no, oh, here's the real thing that costs $1,000. This is it. We're doing this out of love. We want to get you meditating, and frankly, it will never be available at a better price and with the special bonuses. So if you had any kind of experience with Zen12, if you are committed to living a bigger life with more abundance and love and happiness, and you want to experience all of the scientifically proven benefits of meditation in just a few minutes a day, give this a try. And Carl's going to send you a load of extra bonuses as well we haven't had a chance to speak about, which are very, very, very cool. Anyway, the button's below. Click it. You can get started instantly. You can be meditating in just a couple of minutes. And again, just one payment of $37 for all of this. And you get to experience this beautiful meditation for the rest of your life. I really hope you give this a try. Click the link. You can get started. Mr. Karl Moore, absolute pleasure as always chatting with you. Any final thoughts or insights that you want to share with my lovely audience?
Well, I think all I'd say is to treat this as play, which I think you gave a little reference to earlier on. It's really just like play. And, I said I'm a bit of a sciencey sort of guy. Treat this as an experiment. Decide to yourself, okay, I'm going to just see if this works or not. I'm going to see if all this hype about meditation just might be true. And whether you decide to try out Zen12 or another program, whether you just decide to try the basic form of meditation for yourself on your own, it's better than nothing. But maybe just treat yourself to an experiment and see if it works, because it might just open your life up to the most brilliant experience you've ever had. So treat it as an experiment, treat it as play.
Absolutely love that, my man. Karl Moore, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. And thank you for joining us and watching at home. You've learned all about meditation, the benefits of meditation, some of the challenges that put people off, that stop them from meditating, not being able to focus and quieten their mind, the time, trying to deal with all of the anxious thoughts that come up. And we've given you a little glimpse of Zen12 as well, and just that first level, and you've experienced yourself how quickly you can shift into a different vibration, a different state. This truly is just the beginning for many of you, and I really hope you now give this a try. Again, $37, you're getting instant access to four different Zen12 tracks for each level, so 48 in all, my visualizations, the money trading, and so much more for $37. So I hope you give that a go. Let's get you meditating, baby. One more dab, Carl. One more. Yeah.
Whoosh.
I think the only show where you get dabbing and meditations combined together, perhaps.
Absolutely.
And,
what a combo.
And my Biggie statue. And at the start, before we recorded, Carl said, "Is that Winston Churchill?" I'm like, "No, that's the Notorious B.I.G." Bless you.
I'm too old-fashioned.
Anyway, peace and love. Thanks again, Carl. You're absolute boss. Thanks, mate. See you soon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Peace.